If there was one movie you could completely delete from reality, what would it be? The Fahrenheit 451 movie. Just for the irony. The Dark Tower. Stephen King fans waited years and years and years for this movie. Only for a 90-minute bullshit parade that didn't scratch the surface of the story. Sierra * Burgess as a loser. The main character that you're supposed to feel for is a catfish the entire movie and gets mad that things just never goes away because she isn't pretty. Not because she comes off thinking she is better than other people because she knows literature or literally lies 90% of the movie. Edit. Sierra not Sarah. So awful I did not even remember her name. Son of the Mask. Dragon Ball Evolution. The Dark Tower. Well, all realities. There are other worlds than these. Edit. Apparently people who didn't read the books enjoyed this movie. My advice. If you enjoyed what you saw, read the books if you want an really amazing story that blows the film version out of the water. There's two that come right to the top of my mind. One, the live-action Avatar. TLA, and the second, Eragon. Honestly, Eragon is probably the winner in my mind. It's a 4-part book series that could have made fantastic movies. But whoever made the first movie had apparently never read the books because they made some seriously critical errors that made a second book narratively impossible. I went pretty deep and didn't see Highlander 2 listed yet. That was a steaming pile that needs deletion. Artemis Fowl. There are enough issues with the film to make even a casual watcher hate it. Forget about those who read the books. They went beyond screwing up. The live-action Dragon Ball movie. It's just sad. Eragon. One of the most disappointing movies of my lifetime. I would remove the movie. The Mandela Effect. Because it would cause mass confusion and led onto the topic of the Mandela Effect and people would go insane. Edit. What the fuck? I am pretty new to Reddit and got the app not that long ago. I make this comment, go off to do other things, and come back to over 25k upvotes and 5 awards. This is super overwhelming. Thanks for my first silver and thanks to everyone that upvoted. You just started my entire Reddit career. The third and fourth. Mummy. Let The Mummy Returns be the gold standard for sequels. Edit. So many gold quality sequels have entered this chat. Human Centipede. It's haunted me ever since I've watched it. It's so disturbing too. 50 Shades of Grey. Period. 2 birds with 1 stone. It would also rid us of its hellspawn. 365 days. Kissing Booth. No Kissing Booth. No Kissing Booth 2. Fuck that movie. The Matrix so we can keep people in the dark. It almost ruined our entire project. The 4th Harry Potter so people will wonder why they made all the movies but just skipped the 4th. Live adaptation of Eragon. It isn't a movie per se. But the 13 Reasons Why show. Once the scene with the suicide happened. I think it was within the first few episodes. I got an email from the APA letting all therapists know that suicide rates and attempts spiked. Not only for attempts, but successful attempts as well. Since then I've met more clients I'd like to admit that essentially learned how to be successful with suicide. Some people argue it opened up a conversation about suicide and how it isn't as rare as people would like to believe. But I'd argue that you don't open a conversation about domestic violence by showing someone a video of brutally beating their partner. Edit. Damn guys. Thank you for the gold. In all seriousness though, a lot of you have opened up about how this show impacted you or others in a negative way. If you are struggling with suicidal ideation or depression or self-harm, anything of that nature, please try to seek out a therapist. A lot of us aren't taking new clients for in-person sessions. But we are for telehealth. It's all the more important with COVID forcing everyone to stay indoors. Little vitamin D plus being alone with your thoughts all day makes it so much harder. Also I fixed the per se mix up because when it comes to spelling I'm secretly a stupid person. The Cats movie. I bet 2020 is a punishment from God for humans because they made the Cats movie. Netflix's Death Note. The Emoji Movie. Probably the main Dianetics video. Then maybe the religion wouldn't have spread so much. Though it is nice to have a baby religion to point to as an example. Since so many of the others are comparatively ancient. Cats. A Serbian film. The Dark Tower movie. 'Cause you can't just take 8 of Stephen King's masterpieces and try to sum them up in a shitty action movie. The Percy Jackson movies. They were horrible. Can I delete Season 8 of Game of Thrones instead? After Earth. Starting Will and Jaden Smith. Worst movie ever. It was so bad. I walked out and asked for my money back. Airplane Mode by Logan Paul. Or the Minecraft movie if it comes out. I love Minecraft, but I think a Minecraft movie would make no sense and just be cringy. Artemis Fowl. 2020. This Disney fuck-up of a movie was complete garbage and it pissed off the fanbase. If the rights were given to someone else more intelligent would have stayed with the damn lore. Used his time wisely. And made it 10x better than whatever Disney Corp wanted it to be. Edit. I see everyone's distaste for Peter Jackson because of The Hobbit and Mortal Engines. That being said, I like to ask you all. Who would be more suited to direct Artemis Fowl? Discuss. The Netflix live-action Death Note movie. Caddyshack 2. What an embarrassment. The Percy Jackson movies. The live-action Avatar The Last Airbender. Is 2020 a movie? Joe Dirt 2. The first one was so good and the sequel is just so terrible. My friend and I couldn't make it past like 10 minutes of it. Birth of a Nation. It sparked violence against the black community and kickstarted a new surge in interest in the KKK. Edit. Copied from one of my comment responses. The KKK existed, yes, but it was a smaller regional organization. The film was propaganda. When it was the first film screened and marketed widely as such. At the White House at Wilson's request, people saw it as him giving it the rubber stamp of approval, almost an endorsement for the film's portrayal of black men as unintelligent and predatory. William J. Simmons took the opportunity of the film's screenings to garner visibility for the KKK and held a huge cross burning. Took out ads for KKK membership alongside ads for the film, and went to screenings with his Klansmen in full regalia. They sold costumes. Movie ushers wore white sheets. And they handed out KKK brochures at screenings. It was used as a recruitment tool and can be directly credited as the reason the KKK has a rebirthing of its own. I don't know. I feel as if there ever would be a movie to be deleted. It would be an Avatar The Last Airbender movie directed by M. Night Shyamalan. That guy couldn't possibly produce a good adaptation of it. Lake Laogai is an amazing place, by the way. Leonard Part 6. Goodbye, Bill. I feel like the world would be better off if we could delete the birth of a nation from history. Might set movie-making techniques back a while, but would remove one of the most pernicious sources of white supremacist propaganda in history. I should delete the birth of a nation from ever existing and literally save a few lives, but I am going for that Kim Kardashian porn that made her famous instead and save us all. A disaster movie. The worst piece of cinema I have seen in my life. Battlefield Earth. If they ever made an Atla movie directed by a twist-loving director and with only one Asian actor in the cast, I would want it to be deleted. Luckily, there is no movie in Ba Sing Se. Emoji Movie. 365 Days. At least 50 Shades of Grey had meme potential. This is just porn. This is probably before a lot of people's generation. But Geely. Any movie with James Corden. Besides Begin Again. That one with Sinbad where he played a genie. Oh wait. Someone already took care of it. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Downsizing. First time I've walked out of a movie theater and I've easily seen over 100 movies in theaters. Started off interesting enough and then completely lost sight of the plot. Boring as shit. That Dumb and Dumber without Jim Carrey and Jeff. Attack on Titan live action. Live action Lion King. What the actual fuck was that? Jurassic Park. So I could watch it again for the first time when it's made again. Jurassic Park is inevitable. Pacific Rim. Uprising. The most confusing sequel to one of the most interesting first movie. I can't even remember what happened in the movie. Only that John Boyega was in it.